fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the Alive Church Xfinity Series here live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the Charlotte 200. I'm the news set. He's Adam the Bulldog Newton. Adam, we got a good one out of track. You know, almost a lot of people's favorite, let's just say. Good old Charlotte.
Yeah, I love it. I know you love it. I know the guy that sitting on the pole, he loves it.
Yeah, Mr. Mile and a Half himself, Mr. Darren Bruce, the Warden, will be on the pole. We'll get into that in a little bit. Talk about this track and this car combination here. What do you expect here tonight, Adam?
Well, from the little bit I've driven this car, I think it's going to be a hot mess the first couple laps. They seem to be really, really loose, and then they go tight midway through the run. But I think we're going to have some good side-by-side racing, especially with this not tire compound, but the tire wear model.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be interesting to see how that tire wear model does and doesn't work. We'll maybe get into that later. Let's get into our points here. Unofficial points here, Adam. Nick Burris out front still. The Warden chasing in second. Tony Ratliff right there in third. Then it's Jason Spear and Claus Williams, your top five. Troy Torgerson, Tom Ashley, Jason Jackson, Todd Gilly, and Rachel Hunt in the top 10. And I got to tell you go all the way back to, 11th, 12th, and beyond. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, it is an open match for that top spot, man. We have some really, really good guys up front, newcomers. Claus Williams is starting to get his legs back under him. And, look at Jason Spear, man, having a fantastic season so far. But, that top runner up there, I think Darren's going to be hard to hold off defending that title. I mean, he's got to be the obvious favorite tonight, too.
Yeah, the Warden. You got Brandon Sheffield out here. He'll be extremely tough. There's a look at Brad Collins. You got Rick Thompson back here. Michael Ottoviani, spent some time with him last night. Be interesting to see how he does. He's certainly, got a win under his belt recently. You got Lance Ripka out here. So we got a lot of the good ones out here tonight. There's a look at Jason Spear you were talking about. I mean, I expect one heck of a race here tonight.
Yeah, we got some guys that have some new paint schemes change up their luck. Some guys are superstitious about that. I see George Rincon's got a paint. Rachel's got a new paint. It's good to see Bushwick in here tonight. We had Kulikowski's back in here tonight. Some of the guys were off for the holidays. We got Sheffield back in here tonight. Good always to see him. I didn't have to use the bat signal, but I saw he was in the lobby tonight, Dean.
Yeah, of course, he'd be in the ear of Ottoviani trying to help him out. There's the big possum, grassroots racing. That's an old
he's
staple.
Got a new paint scheme.
Got the numbers on the hood there. I love it. And of course, they're a staple here at RGR. And one of these seasons, we got to get better with these teams, Adam. I think that's something that might be coming to RGR.
Yeah, I've learned some of them, but we have some, single individual people, and I guess they'll team up with some of the other guys that have already got a team established. But good to see Lance Ripka back. His wife had surgery and pork chop. He's had his time taking care of Susan, and our thoughts and prayers still with her. And, several of the individuals in the RGR have had new babies this season, so everybody's been busy here recently.
Yeah, we got it all here, Adam. Grandpas being made as well as fathers and mothers and All kinds of things going on here at RGR. You'd think it's springtime or something.
Yeah,
All
all
right.
these chrome numbers, man. I need some sunglasses.
Absolutely. Well, I can always see my reflection in them, and it scares me a little bit, Adam. Let's get into tonight's starting grid. It's the Warden, Darren Bruce, on the pole with a time of 30.061. Michael Ottoviani, like I said, we talked to him last night. Told him to up his aggression a little bit. We'll see if that has any effect on him. Claus Williams and Michael Kennedy will be in row number 2. Row 3, your points leader, Nick Burris and Paul Travis Sr. Row 4 is Michael Fleming and Jason Jackson. You've got in ninth, Jason Brantley. 10th will be Brandon Sheffield. 11th, Rick Thompson. And 12th is Tom Ashley. A little further back, you got row 7, George Rincon and Robert Lepreme. You got Herb Ashley, Rachel Hunt, Tony Ratliff, Jason Spear, Lance Ripka, and Brad Collins in your top 20. And you can find your favorite driver a little further back in a nice 28 car field tonight.
Yeah, good to see Edward Kane in here tonight, too.
Yeah, Kane back on the track. Looking good for sure. We're missing old Dibble. Where's old George Dibble been these days?
I think he's, with the tariffs, he's had to go to different areas to get his Dibble dogs.
Oh boy. Tariff complications on the Dibble dogs. All right, everybody getting ready to get going here in the Charlotte 200. The Warden and Ottoviani, Williams and Kennedy are going to lead them down. Very important to get a good start here. Tough track. Everybody's going to have to watch that high line and and those tires. Here we go. Pace cars off. Green flag about to drop. And they're racing here at Charlotte.
Yeah, looks like the Warden got a heck of a start. Ottoviani's trying to stick right there on his back bumper.
Yeah, you got to watch Claus Williams down on the bottom there, looking to take that spot away. Here comes Kennedy ripping the high side.
Yeah, Kennedy likes to show that speed early on, but he needs to maintain it through the whole race if he's going to have a shot to fight these guys for a win.
Yeah, most definitely. A little further back, you got Fleming in here. Right behind him is Sheffield. Travis on the outside with Jackson. You see that familiar number 3 of Jason Brantley in the new paint job there. Usually in green, he's in red here tonight as Tom Ashley drives around him on the high side.
Yeah, he's got a real good run up on that high side. A couple of other guys I've been watching, they're making that high side work, man.
Yeah, it definitely will work, but not for long, so you got to get her done pretty quickly. You see Sheffield powering through on the bottom underneath of Burris. Burris in that higher side. And, ooh, he's a little loose off the corner. He'll hold on to it.
Yeah, we done already lost a bet right now. We thought that the guys would have a harder time getting through 1 and 2, but man, Kennedy is pouring on the coals to go catch our race leader right now.
Now, let's just clarify. I didn't lose any bets. That was on you, Adam.
Yeah, but you did put a dollar amount on this, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
Smart bets, smoke. Smart bets.
All right now, Kennedy putting the heat on the Warden, looking for the lead. Michael Kennedy, not to be deterred. He wants it, and he wants it now, Adam. And you can take it here exactly the way he's doing it. Get to the outside and rip it. He's got to get clear so he can get that fresh air and get back to the bottom. He does just that. So
yeah, he
early lead swap.
Yeah, he made that look easy, but you know how those guys in the front like to play possum.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you can do what Kennedy does. If I know from experience, I do it often. It will cost you. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Williams,
you got
he's on the high side. Fleming drives underneath him. Good to see Fleming doing good again. The 90. Couple of races, he wasn't quite feeling the tracks, perhaps, but here he is, Adam. He's up into fourth tonight.
yeah, got Ricky Williams is in the race tonight. We hadn't seen him in a little while.
Brees continues to hemorrhage spots. He's back to 11th. He's lost 6 now, Adam.
Yeah, I saw. I think it was him and Possum. They kissed coming off of 4, very lightly. You know how it gets real funny on the exit of 4, and but no harm, no foul. Looks like both of them got through unscathed.
Well, you know I'm a big fan of that gentle kissing.
Yeah.
A little further back, looks like the gunslinger falls back in line. Tony Ratliff right behind Lapreme. Lapreme doing a nice job. He's in 15th right now. Brantley under heat from Tom Ashley. That battle for 11th. Sheffield trying to make moves. He's up 4 into 6th right now.
Yeah, Sheffield doing Sheffield things. The chameleon. He's just taking his time, coming on up through the field.
So Michael Kennedy is absolutely checking out here, Adam, opening up a 6/10 lead. Is he going too hard too soon as we bring up the weather?
Yeah, the weather isn't too bad, but I just think right now he's putting down a really fast pace. I don't know if that's the thing to do right now.
Well, we got 135 laps, so guys will be looking to pit around lap 45. So 35 more laps in this run. We'll see how it all plays out. Fleming stalking Ottoviani right now. Claus Williams behind, and then Sheffield. Everybody in line, rocking the bottom right now, Adam.
Yeah, several guys are running unconventional lines. I was watching Kennedy's line. He's doing a really, really weird swing from top to bottom and doing late down to the bottom. Whereas you see the Warden and other guys, they're keeping the cars painted on that line. And as we were just riding with Spear now, he had that line pretty well painted on turn 3 and 4.
I just hopped in here, Adam, to have a little look here. It did occur to me that maybe 67 laps isn't out of the reach of some of these guys, because I know Spear loves this track, and he's taking it awful easy early on here.
Yeah, there's a couple other guys that I've been seeing are doing that as well. Kane is another one of them, and I know that he's a really good mile-and-a-half person.
Here's Ian Spear, Ricky Williams, Rachel Hunt back here with Buskirk and Kulikowski. We'll go back up front here. Kennedy still holding up, doing a nice job. He's opening it up to 7/10 over the Warden now. You got to watch the Warden and watch Ottoviani. They're going to be coming forward the longer this run goes on. Thompson trying to fight with Paul Travis right now.
Yeah, there seems to be, a little bit of air being on the front of these guys' cars. As you see Pork Chop right now, he's really fighting to get around Thompson and finally gets it completed. But seems like the guys are having a search to get that air on that headlight.
Let's go on board with Jason Jackson here and have a look. You can see some cars moving around, trying to position themselves into corner 1. Sheffield down on the bottom, just up ahead. Looks like he's working on Fleming. Let's go up, jump to Paul Travis's car here. And you can see that battle right in front of us.
Yeah, you can see how them cars get really yawed out right there on the exit 4.
And what is that, Adam? Is that simply the car? Is that throttle or wheel control? What are we looking at here?
I think it's a combination of both, especially with the way these cars are handling. Um, you know, if you miss the exit, you're going to push up, and then you get that unconventional snap to it. But you see, Pork Chop just hit the wall. He's just pushing the car too hard on exit. But if you let it stay down there and kind of hold it down there to the bottom, you don't get that yaw out.
Yeah, exactly correct. That yaw, a big part of it is just unloading a little uphill on exit. Right now, Bruce starting to reel in our leader, Michael Kennedy. And this is about what usually when we talk about Charlotte, we talk about that lap 18 in particular. I don't know why, but it's always been kind of lap 18. Adam, the car changes a little bit, the track changes a little bit, and that's where you get your big movers.
Yeah, right now Darian looks like he's clawing his way back up to him.
Certainly is. Ottoviani in tow. He looking strong. Claus Williams fourth. Brandon Sheffield fifth. Thompson making a move on Fleming. I think Fleming must have got a piece of the wall. That looked awful easy for Rick Thompson.
Yeah, he's coming forward, man. Him and Baris is still having some trouble, but not as bad. He's got one of those spots back, but Jackson looks like he's back into form tonight.
He does, and you see Fleming over push the car early to get to fourth. He's fading now again as they line up on the bottom against him. You got Jackson, Baris, and Ashley down there hunting. Jackson will make the pass, put Jason Jackson into 8th. Baris currently 10th, looking for 9th right here, and you can just see how much better he is in the center of the corner. He'll clear Fleming, and now Ashley will take his turn. Oh, and evasive maneuvers, Jason Jackson.
I tell you, man, Pork Chop is just knocking that wall down.
So now Pork Chop up top. That's Paul Travis Sr. He's going to have the same fate as Fleming here. Here comes Baris. Baris, perhaps, playing his cards correctly. He learned not too long ago about, saving the tire, waiting early, and it's paying off. You've seen him give up about 5 or 6 spots. Now only down 3. And we have a lead change as Bruce has gotten around, as has Ottoviani, gotten around Kennedy. So Kennedy's starting to fade from, just driving a little too hard too early at him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, those two guys, they're teammates at SMS. And they are definitely hooked up, and it looks like I might be stirring the pot with Ottoviani. I told him go get it tonight before the race, and it looks like he's trying to. But look back there in the back, that chameleon's coming.
Something that surprised me talking to him last night, Adam, is he's very confident. And I love that, by the way. You need confidence. Here comes Ripka around the 3 of Jason Brantley. But, his confidence of Ottoviani impressed me. He's coming out thinking about winning, and I love that. You got to have that attitude, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I like the cockiness. That's, something that really gets me motivated, and it's, talking smack to somebody, especially you. I mean, no, did I say it right? But, no, it was good to hear that he's striving in competition and listening to Batman. Batman's been giving him some direction, and it's showing.
I encourage everybody to come over to our Discord and listen to us give it to each other off air, of course. Right now, good race brewing. Bruce, Ottoviani, Kennedy, Claus Williams, Rick Thompson, your top 5. Then it's Sheffield right there in 6th. Jason Jackson trying to pick up spots in 7th. Baris is coming. He's in 8th. Tom Ashley. And here comes Tony Ratliff, the gunslinger on the move. And he's bringing Ripka with him.
Yeah, I was wondering when, I talked a little smack about Ripko on Tuesday night, just wishing him that stuff would happen New Year's, but man, he is coming to life right now. He's putting all kinds of pressure on Tony.
He's trying to help Tony get by so then he can take the next spot. I think Ripka looks really strong here tonight. You can see there, he just edges up towards the center. So Ripka into 11th, Tony Ratliff into 10th. Further back, couple guys rocking the high side. The Toad Man takes her up by the wall, and Jason Brantley follows him. And what a run by the Toad Man. He had to check up. He was coming up on Herb Ashley. Herb Ashley in 14th having a nice run tonight.
Yeah, him and his brother, they're both having really good runs tonight.
Herb gonna make the move here. No, he puts back in line. Now he'll go back to the bottom, trying to get underneath the Fleming here. Almost some contact there, some hard racing back here. Looks like a tight race car for both of them as they try and fight off of 4. Ooh,
We got
he
a
sends
switch
it
for
in
the
a little
lead.
high there. Up front, Ottoviani has taken the lead away from the Warden. Let's get a replay on that. So here we go. The Warden just a little, couldn't quite get the power down out of 4. Ottoviani jumps on the opportunity, and to the lead he goes. No fight from the Warden. So I'm impressed with Kennedy, though. Kennedy went out hard. He took what he can get. He's still at a +1 position-wise. He's hanging in nice, Adam. Oh, and we got a yellow flag towards the back. Oh, Rincon. It looks like Buskirk's involved.
Ian is involved too. There's a couple
Ian
of guys
Spear.
got a lot of damage.
Let's see if we can get a replay here. Whoa, we're gonna back this up a little bit. It looks like a little contact between Kane and Rincon here. Rincon high. Here comes Kane. Ooh, and just, I don't know, there's a big speed difference there, and Rincon can't keep her off the track. Ian Spear right into him. Oh, tragedy. And down, and they get Buskirk as well. Innocent bystanders getting hit.
Yeah, that was tough luck for Ian. He blew his motor when he hit him. But, a situation like that, timing, some guys run over rear view mirrors and some don't. But you got to be vigilant to those things that, it's a simple wreck that could have, been avoided. But, everybody makes mistakes and we move on. But
That's it. Things happen and we move on. What happened now? We're looking at 50-lap runs, Adam. Advantage, Michael Ottoviani. He's out front. He's your long-run racer. I like what's happening with him. He's got to have a good pit stop here. We see most everybody coming in nicely, tightly formed here for the most part. You see Bruce right up on the bumper. He's trying to get an advantage here, Adam.
yeah, and these guys got to hit these stops. And right there, you see Darren got in smooth and Ottoviani slid just a little bit. But, I mean, these guys are really good getting off pit road, especially Darren. He's the master. But,
It's gonna be
Lance
close.
is really good at it, too. Lance is coming up through there quick.
So status quo up front. Not noticing a whole lot of movement around these pit stops here.
Lance was the big mover.
Lance was? Okay, Lance up 12 spots right now into 7th. So he's going to love this, a new starting spot for the 52. He looks good. Look for him to try and advance early, try and get around that 3rd or 4th spot before a couple of laps are over. People on pit road. There's Rachel Hunt coming off of pit road. Fleming's still here. Buskirk's still on pit road. Ian Spears called it a night along with George Rincon. Sheffield? I didn't look at Adam, but Sheffield is back in 20th place. What happened to Brandon Sheffield?
I think he had a little bit of damage, or he go do a pee break, but or as our good friend said, PP. Uh, you know, but that was a tough pit stop.
Yeah, 38.9 second stop for Sheffield. He must have had some damage. Very unexpected. That's going to really hinder his chances.
Oh, I just heard over the radio Pork Chop was apologizing to Sheffield. They had gotten into each other, so Sheffield had a little bit of damage.
All right, there you go. Some great reporting from the Bulldog. Also, speaking of dogs, the Bulldog's dog had a birthday. Happy birthday, Adam, to your pup.
Well, thank you. I know Odie will love that. She turned 5 paws old, and she is enjoying her new Kong tennis ball. She played till she about passed out earlier.
Well, there you go. Sounds like you. You play till you pass out too, don't you?
When I got the breath.
I know I pass out on occasion. Here we go. Ottoviani will lead him down. He got the lead. It'll be interesting to see what Kennedy does. We know he's got the power to go to the front. Green flag about to drop. Little checkup on the high side. Possible problems. It's checking up. Accordion all the way back. Looks like they held it together. That was Bruce trying to get a bit of a jump, and he checked up the whole top side there. Nothing major, but there's accordion at him. It just goes back. It gets worse and worse. Bruce with a great high side corner will hold on to second. He's going to be looking to take the lead away from Ottoviani here. And look at on the high side. Claus Williams, and he's loose. Claus Williams up high, breaks loose, swipes into the wall. Ripka's by. Jackson coming through. Here comes Baris.
Yeah, he just said he's got steering wheel issues. That's a hard lick right there.
Yeah, that was a tough one there. He broke loose up there. Ottoviani has held off the Warden. This is big for Otto. That clean air going to be so helpful to him. Usually he fades back and has to fight back later in the run. If he can hold this lead, this will be huge for him. Bruce knows it. He'll be looking to try and take it away. We got Claus Williams down through the grass. So Claus having all kinds of problems. He may want to park that thing.
Yeah, he needs to be sponsored by John Deere and whatnot, because he definitely mowed that grass big time.
These top four are going at it. They are pushing these machines. You see the third and fourth is Kennedy and Thompson. They love to go to the front early, so Bruce and Ottoviani perhaps pushing a little too hard. Bruce treating Ottoviani like he treats me, Adam. He's going to get right on that bumper, and he's going to make him really uncomfortable here.
But on that last time, I tell you, Kennedy put that bumper up on the Bruce, and he looked a little wiggly.
Yeah, looks like they're all trying to do it to each other here. Calming down slightly here as we get a few laps into the run. Ripka, Jackson, and Baris all set their best laps of the race. This four-man train still engaged, like they're drafting each other out here.
Yeah, they are. But you know what this is allowing us to do? And we saw this in a race that we ran last night and one I ran earlier. When they get like this, even though they're lined up, two cars are faster than a pack. Look at how this pack is doing, and look who's creeping up in that picture.
Yeah, Buckshot Ripka on his way. Good battle up front. These guys content to stay in line. Personally, I think this is a mistake to leave Ottoviani this clean air, but I tell you, Bruce is very good at stalking someone. We'll see how this goes down as we go on. There's Ripka. He's joined the pack now. Jackson and Baris trying to come up here. They've upped their game a little bit here. Tony Ratliff in 8th, Herb Ashley 9th. Sheffield somehow all the way up to 10th already. Here goes Bruce looking from the lead. Ottoviani trying to hold him off. We talked about aggression the last time we talked to him. He's showing a little bit here, Adam, trying to hold off Bruce. He just can't
Bruce
quite do
patient. Yeah, he was patient on that move.
Super patient, new race leader, same boss, old boss, or new boss, the same as the old boss. I'll get it out, Adam. It's an old Who song for anybody who cares.
See, I just don't know if they're just playing cat and mouse right now, but like I said, this is allowing other guys to catch back up.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen in the first lap, Otto's game is not the let's race it out early game. We'll see if that affects him. Right now, I like what Ripka's been doing. He's had clean air for this whole run, and he's just smoothly been joining back to this group. He should remain quite strong. Baris and Jackson, known for their patience, they have not lost touch either.
No, I was going to say, I saw those two. But, you know, here comes Sheffield. He got that damage fixed, man. He's rocking and rolling back up. He's up to 8th place.
Yeah, Sheffield's going to be right in it. I mean, he started in the 20s, Adam. I don't know how he got up here so fast.
I think the clean air, instead of like what these guys are getting up here in, that cleaner air allows the car to cut better. But, I mean, you see the gunslingers up in there. And then we got some other guys. I know they're going to try some different things, but as we discussed on the caution, I mean, you have a 50-lap run now, and you got to go.
Well, I think it's the exact opposite. You don't want to go too early on a 50-lap run, right, Adam? Because Kennedy gets underneath Ottoviani, so you see Ottoviani drove a little harder than he's used to early. Might be costing him here. Kennedy looking to make the move. Stuck on this side-by-side action. This only helping the Warden get away. Ripka, he's right there waiting to pounce.
He is, and I just like what I'm seeing out of Ripka. He worked his way up there. Now he's caught in the back of the pack. He can put his nose in there. But like I said, it brought them other 3 guys right into the mix too.
Absolutely. We're on board with Ripka. Let's switch to Sheffield just a little further back. Watch out for Brandon Sheffield. He has a way of finding his way to the front. That's your points leader right in front of us, Nick Baris. You can see Sheffield a little tight on exit there, Adam.
Yeah, he was, and I think that goes back to what we were talking about, sticking the nose out, help the car turn.
I mean, what's the best way down? Get those tires right on that white, or on the blue line down there?
Yeah, keep that thing painted down there. See, nobody's been really able to do that, and he's trying to, but it just pushes up so bad on exit.
Interesting race so far. The Warden starting to open up a little gap. 4/10 back is Ottoviani. Kennedy, he's been a little more patient this run, as Thompson has as well. Will it play out well for them? Only about 15 laps into this run, maybe less. Let's check our pit board. Yeah, lap 29 was pit, so around 15 laps into the run right now. And this is what we talked about, lap 18, where these cars change, where the track changes, and that's something, I don't know if it's written in the code or what, but lap 18's like magic, Adam.
It is pure magic, because you know as soon as you get to that mark, you know who saved their tires and who didn't. Good
race up front. Let's go a little further back. There's Tony Ratliff in 9th. Herb Ashley in 10th. Herb, great run for him right now. He's been floating around those top 5 most races. Paul Travis regrouping, he's in 11th. The Toad Man, how about this, Adam? He's picked up 10 spots, moved into 12th.
Yeah, Toe Man's having a solid night. Let's get high with that glass. He's got that Caillou glass. Oh man, he just kissed a wall in the entry right there. That Caillou glass car, man, is having a interesting ride right there through that corner.
And right behind him, Jason Spear. I know how much he likes this track. He's a patient driver. Can he get a 50-lap run, and will he move forward? I'd probably bet on it. Don't look now. Kane and Kulikowski, 15th, 16th. They're up 6 and 8 spots, and Ricky Williams is up 8 spots into 18th.
Yeah, Ashley is having a good run tonight. He was actually higher than this earlier, but him and his brother Herb is actually running in 10th.
Yeah, I got Herb mixed up with him. So Herb, I mean, I get these Ashleys mixed up now and again, but Herb's been struggling a little bit the last few months, Adam, and it's really nice to see him up in the top 10.
They're flip-flopping, man. You remember what we were talking about earlier a couple weeks ago, which, both of them were doing good, and then one did a little bit better, then it flipped, and the other one was doing better. But, I had me a Whataburger tonight, so it's all good. And we see the 99 come back out of Corey Bushfoot, and hopefully he's got his car all tuned up now.
And Claus Williams back on pit road. Meanwhile, Ottoviani sticking with our leader. We've seen this during the first run. He's looking strong again, looking like he's ready to come up and challenge back for the lead. Kennedy looks much improved from the first run. Thompson there, and Ripka fading a little bit off the back end here.
Yeah, Kane is up 6, Toad 10, Herb 5, Tony the Gunslinger Ratliff 8 positions. I mean, and then Ripka, like I said earlier, Ripka is showing excellent patience right now. He's up 14 positions tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if he's showing patience or he's just kind of lost that car a little bit. Hard to say. Right now, Sheffield making a move on Jason Jackson. So Sheffield looking to move forward again.
Well, for me tonight, with the way things are with this pit stop and what we have learned with the tire wear in the heat, well, not the tire model, but the tire heat model in the track, who's going to do the undercut?
I don't know anymore, Adam. I mean, I used to be very good at calling these things, but these cars are acting funny. It's tough to pass. I got to say, track position means a lot more today than it did only a week ago.
Oh, it does. And look how those two guys have fell back from Ottoviani and the Warden. I mean, he's really giving Darren a handful again. I think he's become the Mr. Sandbagger point 2. I mean,
he might be. He's got the Batman in his ear, Adam.
Yeah, did I say that? Batman, Sandbagger. He's coaching him real good. Yeah. But you see the patience, and it's really paying off on him.
Yeah, he's really proven to be a good driver. Thompson still fighting here with Kennedy. Thompson looking for a way around. Kennedy ripping that high line now. You can do that. It'll wear your stuff out a little bit, though. And you see Thompson trying to get underneath him. He's sideways. He chases it down the track, and he holds on to it. Meanwhile, the Warden's starting to find his groove, it looks like. A little bit of a tough exit there. Going to bring Otto right back to him.
Yeah, he's showing his muscle right now, but I tell you, man, Rick Thompson had his hands full coming off that corner. And look, Sheffield's the chameleon is starting to rip up through there even quicker. He's
Yeah.
catching up to Lance.
Well, he just finally cleared Jackson, so look for him to kind of set sail here. He should get to Rivka in the next 5 or 10 laps here. Baris is doing a great job. Remember, points racing, Adam. He's lurking here in 8th place, just waiting to pick up 1 or 2 more for now, being very patient. I like what I've seen from the 66 of Nick Baris.
Yeah, he's been really patient. And, you know, the way you have to drive now is different than when he drove a couple weeks ago and learned all that stuff. But he's still applying those things that he's learned. And he's actually quite a hilarious guy. We got to talk to him a little bit.
Oh,
And,
wait, we got to move for the lead. Somehow,
look at
some
there.
way, Otto back to the front as Bruce fades now. So Ottoviani has taken the lead once again.
I'm telling you, that last night conversation has paid off big time for him.
It may have, but he's always had the talent, Adam.
Oh,
No,
no,
once again, he's taking the lead, and caution comes out. Kane
Carnage.
torn up. Tom Ashley torn up. Holy smokes.
Oh, look at there. The 62 just got crushed.
Let's get a look at it here. You see Kane underneath the Lapreme. Lapreme on the high side, gets the wall, down into Kane he goes. Kane back up the track, spinning. Kulikowski a wild ride. Tom Ashley goes for a wild ride. Oh, and late Collins gets into him.
Oh, wow. I see 1, 2, 3, 5 meatballs right now. Kulikowski, Collins, Kane. Oh, man. Tom Ashley, Lapreme, all meatballs. Their night is pretty much over.
So Ottoviani took the lead around 30 laps into the run, Adam. We're looking at about 38 lap runs or less, 37 lap runs. Now, maybe someone can even make it from here. I doubt that. No, they can't make it from here. But this is going to change everybody's strategy. You can go a little bit harder now.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing a little communication. Some guys are a little worried about who's going to push it now and who ain't going to push it. But tire wear wise, everybody seems like they're in the same kind of position. Some guys have a little bit more tire wear. Um, I think it's time to go.
Time to go for sure. Pit stop's ultra important. It looks like everybody having a good one. Oh, and Bruce beats Ottoviani off of pit road. Wow. Big move by the 15. He'll take control here again.
And look at there. Lance gained a spot. Thompson slowed out pit road. He lost 2 spots.
Yeah, Thompson down to 6. Jackson in 7th, Paris, Tony Ratliff, the Toad Man moves into the top 10. Got that RGR Nation on the side, all that pinstriping. I mean, he might be hanging around with Latinos down there. There's no comment from the Bulldog on that one.
Plead the 5th.
So big move by Bruce there on pit road, Adam. That's pretty important for him. He don't have to fight now to get around Ottoviani, which he usually does early, and that kind of burns his stuff up. Now he can start out front again.
It does, and I think Spear got busted for speeding. Yeah, a couple guys got busted for speeding.
Well, that's interesting. We'll see here. We're looking at Spear. It doesn't show any signs that he'll be coming in or anything.
Well, maybe not. I thought I heard him and another guy got popped for speeding coming up that road.
Now that would
But
be...
you know, with all these updates, man, You know, we've been racing at Old Texas this week, and with the new Texas, how they have the line completely different, and they've moved the line here as well. Uh, it changes your perception on where you come off pit road. If you gas it up a little bit, because now they have the 1 mile over thing, and that can really get you in trouble at times.
Certainly can, no doubt about it. Here we go. Bruce and Ottoviani. Ripka now in fourth with Kennedy in third. You got Sheffield and Thompson. So we got ourselves a barn burner here as the pace car pulls off. Green flag down. Great start on the inside. Otto stuck a little on the outside. Kennedy, big advantage down on the inside. He'll take second away from Ottoviani. That's huge for Darren Bruce. So Kennedy now up into second. He'll rip it here at him. He'll try and do what he did. And there you go. They're wrecking. Rick Thompson up in the high side. Ripka's involved. Oh, and late, it's Ashley. Herb Ashley got involved as well. Oh, my goodness. So here's Rick Thompson, and he just loses it. Ripka nowhere to go. He just goes up into him. So that was a self-spin. And late, Herb Ashley absolutely destroys his own car. Wow.
Well, I guess that pick is done for the night.
That's right. Rip your ticket up, Adam. Have yourself a dibble dog and calm down. Let's have a look out in chat. We got John Travis, Bryce Reiner's out there. Oh, Bebop Computers out there. And, well, the Ashley bros, I mean, you just seen Bebop. Not good news at the moment.
Oh, Batman.
And
He made a comment.
Kane has a retracted comment, perhaps some anger from Edward Kane.
Batman made a comment. What's the bet? The bet was having a caution on lap 1. Now we're having them back to back to back.
Yeah, I was not involved in that betting. I don't condone gambling of any kind, Adam.
But did you work for a casino?
I have no comment at this time. I may or may not have ran a book once or twice in my life. Darren Bruce, you leader.
Well, we don't like to see cautions in the RGR. I mean, they normally run green, green, green. And I mean, with this heat model in the track within the grooves, it does make it interesting. And like I said, some of these guys haven't quite figured it out yet.
Well,
and
I
mean, hell,
that,
I
Adam.
haven't even figured it out.
You get used to green flag racing, right? And like I've always said in the past, I'm not a big proponent of picking apart these wrecks as they happen. I usually like go back to who caused the first one. What happened there? Was it, and that can, these restarts, people forget about cold tires. People forget about, certain things after a few restarts, and you get a little rambunctious. So it doesn't really matter what I think, but cautions bring out cautions. That's just a fact, Adam. Right now, I'd say the advantage here is to the short run racers. And, Bruce is a long run guy, but he can go short run too. And Kennedy, there's a big advantage to Kennedy. He does not want to see these 50 lap runs, in my opinion. And Brandon Sheffield, he'll be starting fourth now. So watch out. I mean, this race has really gone his way. He was in trouble for a while. Ripka, who was involved in that wreck, he's in sixth now. I don't know how that car is going to hold up, Adam.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting now because, you know, uh, these cars get stupid loose with the slightest bit of damage, and even with the trucks. I mean, some of them in some tracks were just stupid loose, but we'll see what happens. I mean, still see a little bit of damage on this car, but not too terrible.
You see Nick Burris in seventh, doing what champions do, lurking around in that top 10, top 5 area, doing a great job so far. The Ashleys are on pit road fixing damage. That's really tough on them. And Bebop over in the YouTube comments. Pace car off the track. Bruce and Kennedy, Ottoviani and Sheffield. Here we go.
Green flag.
A
Green
little
flag.
checkup on the inside. Good start, though. Otto looking to return the favor to Kennedy and take second away from him. Kennedy going to sling it on the high side. He's got Sheffield up there with him. I don't think Otto can take second. Here comes Kennedy.
Yeah, he's going to have that run on the high line, but Otto's fighting back. I mean,
He's going to have to
he's
fight
losing the
Sheffield
ground
now,
now.
so Otto in a little bit of trouble here. He might have one of the best cars out here, but he's got tough competition right now.
Yeah, and he couldn't pinch him up there, but yeah, I was saying Sheffield got up to fourth, and I was going to say here comes the trouble if someone was to give him a fit in this next stint.
So Otto will settle into fourth, Sheffield up to third. Jackson and Burris now fifth and sixth. So those two continue to work well. Meanwhile, Bruce trying to hold off Kennedy in the lead. Rick Thompson, he's headed down to pit road again.
Oh, wow.
Kennedy looking good here. He's smooth out of that corner, Adam.
Yeah, he was smooth, and he really got a good run, but I just think from the earlier run, he needs to just back off a little bit, do like, you know, maybe 3/10 right behind him, get in that clean air, save his stuff. But I like what Otto's doing. He got passed by those guys. Now he's going to crawl his way back up there, but you see Lance is still struggling right now.
Yeah, that car's got too much damage at him.
Yeah. I see him just having to push up towards the wall, and here comes Toadman by.
Toadman up 14 into 8th. Tony Ratliff, he's up 10 into 7th. There's Burris and Jackson. You talked about Ottoviani. You like what he's doing? I do not, Adam. He's backed out of this. Remember, we only got to do 37 lap runs here. I don't like the. I mean, he did fall to fourth. He might not have much other choice than to kind of outwork him on the last half of the run. But he cannot lose touch with these guys, or his night will be over as far as winning. He's got Sheffield into third. Kennedy's still working on Bruce. Bruce is loving this right now. Remember, he's been on a bit of a layoff through holidays, so he's just getting his groove back. He's like Stella.
Oh, yeah. Stella got a groove back, and he's got his groove back. Right now, it doesn't look like the sinuses infection is affecting Bruce too much, is it?
No, word has it he has an oxygen mask in there, Adam.
Pulling a Ricky Rudd.
That's right. There's Jason Spear. You know, you mentioned he might have got a penalty. Does not look that way. He's in 9th, Adam. So him, then Paul Travis, Jason Brantley. There's a couple of guys who've hung in there tough tonight. They're in 10th and 11th. Fleming also right there. And how about Rachel Hunt? She's made an appearance in 13th here, closing in on the top 10.
Yeah, rocking that new paint scheme. She's doing pretty good right now. She's taking her time. Got that Camry coming, Supra, wound up and rolling.
She's got that Michael J. Fox Foundation car, part of that Parkinson's research. We all know about her struggles with Parkinson's and cancer and probably a few other things she struggles with. She's a trooper, Adam.
She is, and it amazes me what she can do. and she loves, giving some guys a hard time, like Spear, yourself, and occasionally some other guys in the group. And she's a fun person to race with.
She is. And remember, this isn't just a girl online. This is a grown woman who was a real race car driver. So she knows what she's doing. And you can only imagine if she was injury free what she might be doing. Right now, top three really going at it hard. You see Sheffield all over Kennedy, and he makes a move, dips to the inside. The 36 looking for second.
Well, you saw that wiggle when Sheffield put that nose on it at 17. That thing took off.
And that's more prevalent now, isn't it, Adam?
Oh, man. Whole lot more prevalent since this last update. And, it makes the runs very unique. And I think he may get a little dose of his own medicine back if Kennedy can get close enough.
Well, he might, but I think he's got his sight set on the Warden right now. Sheffield, all of a sudden, into second. I thought his night was over. One of those pit stops, he fell into the 20s. Quickly came up to 8th. Now up to second, looking for the lead. Bruce will have his hands full trying to hold him off. And I'll tell you this, he knows he's there. He knows what he's got to do. The question is, can he do it?
Yeah, that is the question. The very big question.
Otto still looking calmly in 4th.
But Maurice is still clicking off good lap times. He's hanging in there. And I'm hoping to see if he can do anything with, like, Jackson. Come on up. But you look behind back there in the back, we saw some guys tapping the wall on exit, man. And that's, if we get another caution, it's really going to change this race big time.
Yeah, it depends on where it falls. It could be one long run or two really short runs, but I don't expect one as we go on here. Toad Man up here in 8th, Tony Ratliff 9th, and Baris in 7th and 6th, sorry. And I was just going to say, like, Baris right here as a points leader, I love this for when I'm in a run, Adam, and I'm sure you do too. Trying to save your stuff a little bit. He didn't have a car around him. Nobody's harassing him. He can just lay his times down and wait for the back half of this run.
What did you say to me earlier in the race? Oh, how you have nice, pretty tires. I think that's the way to go with Maurice.
Well, just so that people know, as being sarcastic, a lot of people like to talk about their pretty tires. And I say, oh, that's nice. What are you, in 20th? Good job with your tires. You're being a little sarcastic, as I can be at times. But I would prefer a little aggression out of some people, but hey, to each their own. And I think people who master that, like you do, Adam, and like Ottoviani does, Jason Jackson does it, Baris does it, they're great at it, and they tend to end up at the front of the field at the end, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And what I'm seeing right now, Otto is starting to reel him in, slowly but surely.
Yeah, he was 200ths off of Bruce's time that time, Adam.
Yeah, I think he's getting ready to, look at that. He ran a 35. Nobody else in the front ran a 35.
Yeah,
and look at how, man, that car is so glued to the bottom of the track. He's doing good things right now.
Yeah, definitely is. Oh, and he's into Kennedy. Runs Kennedy up the track. My goodness there. So a little aggression there. Perhaps just couldn't stay off of him. Not sure how that happened, but contact. He moves into 3rd.
Yeah, that was a little miscalculation right there. I don't know if Batman's going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Kennedy didn't give him room or he just drove up into him, but nonetheless, Ottoviani's on the move. He'll be coming up here, so these top two got to be wary of that. Ottoviani, with Batman in his ear, probably said, let's just lay off here for 10. And what's he looking at, Adam? Lap 18. That's when the movement starts to happen.
Yeah, and even with that bobble, I mean, man, Ottoviani's still one of the fastest guys on the track. But the one of the hot rodders showing his hot rod off, you got Spear and Granddaddy Gunslinger Ratliff. He ran a 66 last lap.
Yeah, Tony's another one. Been so good on the long run lately. Watch out for him. He's up 10 into 7th. You brought up Spear. He just moved past Fleming. There's Paul Travis and Jason Brantley, Claus Williams, Rachel Hunt hanging in 14th. Ricky Williams, how about this? As he makes a move on Hunt, Ricky Williams up 12 spots now into 14th.
Yeah, he's done a great job tonight. And, you know, to see some of the other guys that are still in the pits and stuff, I know that's a tough hit from them points-wise, but, I mean, he's rocking a new paint scheme tonight, and that's really cool to see him up there.
The old high chew machine. I'm not sure what that is, but I want some, Adam.
Yeah, that is
Put a little chew in the cheek
what
there.
that is. Yeah.
Bruce still leading. Looks like Sheffield is matching him right now, and slowly but surely Ottoviani. He picked up 200ths last lap. Let's see at this lap. Bruce at the line, a 7.8. Ottoviani a 6.9. So almost a 10th there for Ottoviani.
Yeah, and he's really rolling. This is what I like.
Kennedy's done a nice job hanging around here in the top 5 all night long. Jackson and Baris have been paired together for the whole race. They're like mirror images of each other. It's 5th and 6th. Back out front. Bruce leads, still the same. Ottoviani's been the fastest of these top 3 for the last few laps, but it's been pretty small amounts. But he's been very consistent, Adam. You talked about liking what he's doing. That's the key to running people down, is consistency, isn't it?
It sure is.
So about to have a 3-way battle brewing here. Ottoviani put himself a little behind the 8 ball on that restart, but he's recovered nicely.
But these two guys in front, that's not an easy pass, though.
No, neither one of them are going to give it to you. I'm pretty sure Sheffield won't give it to you anyway. And nor should they. We're in the late stages here, approaching lap 90 of 135. And now he's got to contend with the dirty air. How much does that influence you, Adam?
With the way he saved his tires, I don't know if it's going to really matter, because he's caught them guys. Look how smooth he looks right there. It's getting a little bit tight right there, but he waited on the throttle. But look at the run. See, Sheffield got tight. He yawed out. Yeah, Ottoviani's in a golden bird seat. I mean, he's just rocking.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's putting the heat. And you see, get that tire on the blue line. That's what you want to do here at Charlotte. And you see Sheffield just a little higher, and he's going on that hill. Here we go. Ottoviani looks underneath. Sheffield going to try and hold him off here. This is what Bruce wants to see. He's telling Sheffield, do not let him by. Hunt has gone to pit road for an early stop.
She did the undercut. Uh-oh, look at him. He's in another good run.
Sheffield going to hold him down, and he's loose. So Ottoviani, a hair loose there. He'll have to fall in line again. This is the problem we talked about, Adam. It is so hard to pass. That time, Bruce picks up a 10th. This lap, he'd probably pick up another 10th, Adam.
I think Ottoviani's going to have to set him up. And when Sheffield acts like he's going to go the other way, yep, I called it. I knew he was going to try that high side, because he's going to get a momentum built up like crazy right here.
He is. He's a little loose, but he holds it in good. He'll go to the bottom, looking to dive it in pretty deep and clear, and he does. Great move by Ottoviani. Sheffield gets right up on him. He's trying to get him loose here. Bruce is loving this action. He wants him to get back side by side, but Ottoviani too good. He's starting to pull away. Burris trying to make a move on Jackson. As you can see, Tony Ratliff, the gunslinger, has come into the picture.
Yeah, he's rocking and rolling, but Burris is doing a good thing. I mean, you know, we've been watching him. He was in 6th, now he's up to 5th. That's championship move right there, man.
His patience is really becoming something. He's into the top 5, Adam. He has learned from guys like Jason and Jackson, and this is the old grasshopper thing, and maybe the grasshopper is now the leader. Or the teacher, I should say. Let's see at the line here this time by. Bruce will run a 31.98. Ottoviani a 9.1. So 7/100ths of a second. He'll have to do that every lap. You see a little loose off of 2.
He said, here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Well, you don't want to let the warden get a lead on you because he's a cagey vet, Adam. He'll save and he'll save. And we're coming down to pit stops, folks. Lap 96 here. I don't think anybody can make it. So this is going to be a game within a game. Who pits win. Last time by, Ottoviani was 1/100th of a second faster.
The only thing now, Ottoviani is going to catch a little bit of draft on the straightaways, but he just has to be really smooth through the corners, not to overburn his tires.
And he's going to catch some dirty air too, so they kind of balance each other out. A 9.9 to a 9.8, another 100th of a second. It's unbelievable the consistency these two drivers are driving with, Adam.
Yeah, it is. But it's a good showing. But like you said, Rachel's already done the undercut. We're getting ready to get to lap 99. Who is going to take the
There
pit
is
stop.
Rachel Hunt. She is running a second faster than our leaders right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for the 1. A well-timed caution in about 15 laps or so could put Rachel Hunt out front. Bruce continuing to lead on Ottoviani. They matched lap times last time by. What a couple of evenly matched drivers here right now. Kennedy, he's back in 4th. Burris up to 5th. Jackson has not lost him. He stayed right there with him. Oh, and here comes Otto. Otto with the undercut. So Otto comes in first. He wants track position, and he'll have it. How long does Bruce stay out? Here's a look at Fleming. Fleming's done a nice job hanging on this run. He's in 7th. He's got Spear fighting the Toad Man right behind him. You see Brantley swing it down underneath the Toad Man. So Spear goes by, Brantley goes by. And here comes Bruce to cover off Otto. Kennedy in as well. That'll put the in a bunch. Everybody's coming in. The floodgates open.
Brought the field. Brought the field in with him.
Sheffield's going to stay out. And I would expect Sheffield to do at least 1 or 2 more even. Why? Because that's what I would do, Adam.
I just think with this new heat model in the track, it's the wrong thing to do.
Well, if I want to pass cars, Adam, I want much fresher tires. He's coming in. He's going to listen to you and not me. We'll see how it plays out. Sheffield smoking him, possible speeding. We'll see how it plays out. Michael Fleming to the lead. That's Shane Fleming for those in the know. Brantley moves to 2nd. Claus Williams 3rd. Paul Travis into 4th. You see Kennedy coming off of pit road.
Yeah, I think that was a smooth move by Otto.
Otto does get way out in front of Bruce. So 1 lap difference on the pit stop. Bruce perhaps not having a good stop. Let's look at the board. Bruce with a 46.8. Ottoviani a 42.7. That's a 4-second difference, Adam. Ottoviani might have won this on pit road.
Yes, sir, he did. His sandbagging helper in the pits. Up, caution. We got a caution track.
Oh, wow. Caution.
Oh, no.
No caution.
No, it did not. It popped up on the screen and then it went away.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And it might have been because somebody was spinning coming into pit road. But yeah, it actually popped up and then it went away.
All right. My mate, the Bulldog, seeing things here on lap 104. Jason Brantley, your new leader. Ottoviani now behind Sheffield. So Bruce screwed up, but Sheffield didn't, Adam. He's out in front of Ottoviani, and he pitted a lap later than him. So Sheffield pulled it off. Let's look at his pit stop. Sheffield with a 40.4. So he's 2.7 seconds faster than Ottoviani and 6 seconds faster than Bruce on pit road. What in tarnation's going on pit road?
Yeah, we missed something on pit road, that's for sure.
And Sheffield just set the fastest lap of the race, a 30.29. He's doing what he does. Brandon Sheffield has found himself out front. Not quite. Brantley pitting right now from the lead. Claus Williams still on the track. So is Ripka. They need a caution in the worst way.
Yes, they do. I mean, wow, what a pit stop by the Chameleon. You know, we called this. The Chameleon does chameleon things, but we'll see if that extra lap pays off.
Well, I think this is just a short fuel, Adam. I mean, this is how he got the faster time, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We're on board with Lance Ripka here. Let's see if he comes to pit road here. He's slowing up, but now he's speeding up, so he's not coming in. They're going to stay out, Adam. I think Williams and Ripka are going to run this thing dry, looking for a caution, or at least wait till Sheffield comes up and passes them. Sheffield now with a 1 second lead over Ottoviani. Kennedy in third. Bruce fourth. Jackson fifth. That's all. You can add 2 spots to each of them because Claus Williams is your actual leader along with Lance Ripka.
Well, you know, we haven't really talked about this, but, you know, their last pit was 60. I mean, can you stretch it?
I think that's a stretch to think that they could. That's an awful lot of fuel saving, but hey, we've seen it before, Adam. So Sheffield opening up the lead on Ottoviani. It's 1.3 seconds now. Kennedy trying to hang on to third. Bruce, apparent pit stop mistake. I got to think he slid through his stall, Adam. And, I hate to say it, but I actually predicted that earlier before the broadcast, and I feel bad about it now.
That or he stepped on a banana, one of the two.
Is that common down on pit road, Adam? Banana stepping?
Well, you remember, I'm trying to think, it was Homestead and one other track. It was Phoenix as well. Remember they were having to pour Coca-Cola on the track and Denny Hamlin couldn't get out the pits and almost cost Corey Hunt a championship because he could barely get off pit road. But yeah, pit roads with this concrete at some of the tracks hard to get off of.
Absolutely. Jason Spear, nice solid run here at Charlotte again. He's up 10 into 8. Claus Williams, he's on to pit road right now. We look further back at Todd the Toadman Gilly. He's in 9th. Now he'll pick up 2 spots. So Spear will be 6th and Toadman will be 8th or 7th when this all shakes out. A couple of good runs for these two, Adam.
It sure is. And they need, and there goes Claus to pit road.
Yeah, Claus is in. Ripka, your new leader. So the 52 and a damaged machine. Now he's got Sheffield coming up on him. And Ripka still has to pit, so he's in a bit of trouble here, to say the least. Sheffield, though, the chameleon as we call him, He's adapted and he's overcoming Adam. He is opening up this lead to 2 seconds. Not now as Ripka comes in. Let me go to him. Yes, 2 second lead over Ottoviani now. The 36 going to be tough to run down with 24 to go.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing on the monitors. I mean, that was a heck of a pit stop. I'm blown away at the short fuel though. I mean, I didn't think he would be able to get that far out in front, and I can't wait to hear what his, thing was. But that's impressive pit stop.
No doubt about it. We'll see if maybe he runs out of fuel. Who knows? Bruce, he's put himself behind the 8 ball with his pit stop, down to 4th. He's one of the best on pit road. A little rusty, though. He's been on vacation. Jason Jackson doing what he does, solid as a rock, a past champion. The 86 is in 5th. We talked about Spear and the Toad, man. There's Tony Ratliff and Michael Fleming. That's 8th and 9th. Pretty impressed with what Fleming's been able to do as of late on the 1.5 miles. He's got a little ways to go yet, Adam, on the tire saving, but he's got the important part as he makes a move here on the gunslinger, and Tony gonna let him go, so put Fleming up into 8th here. I mean, I love what I've been seeing out of him lately. He's really been improving, Adam.
He has, but my biggest mover for the night is Ricky Williams. I mean, wow. He's in 12th right now. He is having a solid, good night. And Toadman, I mean, you got to say birthday boy. Just had his birthday this past week. He is looking good as well as he's trying to hunt down the Spearman.
Yeah, those two up 15 and 14 spots. Spear up 12. So those three having incredible runs here this evening. Claus Williams just set the fastest lap of the race in the 16. He's back in 14th, though. He's trying to make some headway here. You see Ripka coming off of pit road. Ripka a lap down in 18th in big trouble. You see Rachel Hunt with her early stop. Not working for her. She's and Sheffield, a couple of rubs to the wall. I think something's going wrong with Sheffield. He down the straightaway, he was rubbing the wall at him.
Yeah, he just gave it a little love tap. No big deal, but
I thought maybe he had a little home problem or something there for a minute. He looks fine, though.
Yeah, but the thing I'm seeing, Otto is not closing the gap.
He's not, Adam, and that's key here. It's 2.5 seconds. Otto right now, we'll stay with these two and see what their lap times are, but I don't think he can run down the likes of Sheffield with this kind of gap. We're coming down to 18 to go here. Sheffield at the line.
I mean, he did run a 10th faster than Sheffield the last lap. Let's see what it is this lap.
It was a 5.7. Ottoviani ran a 5.9, so Sheffield's still faster. Remember, he's got fresher tires slightly.
Yeah, it flip-flopped.
Rick Thompson looked so good early. He was involved in a wreck, I believe. He's 76, now in 16th position, a lap down. Maybe 2 down. So, and Kennedy, a great night for Kennedy in 3rd, Adam. We thought he might be overdriving, and perhaps compared to some he did, but he didn't fall off like a rock or anything.
Yeah, he hadn't fell off like he's doing in the last couple races, but I'm surprised that the Warden hadn't got back up in this mix, even though he's running 67s.
I think the Warden had no choice but to try and conserve tire. He'll probably move a little bit forward here. I don't know if he'll get to Kennedy. He might. He's running a little faster than Kennedy right now, so we'll see. As far as out front, Sheffield's still a 10th faster than Ottoviani.
Yeah, if Otto has anything, he's going to have to drop the hammer and get to ripping it.
Let's go on board with Ottoviani and just see if we can see anything here. I mean, nice solid lap there, or exit I should say. That lap, he matched our leader, Sheffield. 15 to go. You see him down here on the line. That's nice. Maybe a little high, a little early exit there. Going to push towards the wall. I think that's about all I've seen bad-wise, Adam. Just coming out of the corner a hair early, maybe.
Yeah, that's basically what I've seen.
Looking good, though. Second place car, potential winner here tonight. Kennedy, let's go on board with him and see what we're seeing. See a little higher entry here. Trying to cut it down. A little more wheel in it, Adam.
Yeah, he's just looks a little bit tighter than Otto, but I mean, you can hear more of the wheel in his car. Oh wow, he's putting an awful lot of steering wheel in it.
Yeah, a little hot on entry there. Forced the car up, and he just grinded him a little bit. Still a great driver doing great things. The Warden back here in fourth, trying to run him down. It's all Sheffield at this point of the race, though. Everybody kind of got their own spot on the track all the way through the top 10. Tony Ratliff trying to make something happen, but I think he's already lost a spot to Brantley. How about Brantley? Brantley back up to 9th here on a bit of an up and down night.
Yeah, he's had a pretty solid night, back to where he started the race, and you know he's had a little bumping in early with the race, but he's been quiet and getting himself back in the mix. Him and Big Possum.
There's Tony Claus Williams. He's fought hard tonight. He's lost a bunch of spots, about 8 spots, but he's still in 11th, Adam.
Yeah, Claus has done good, and he's got the freshest tires, so he can catch some of these guys in front of him. But the clock is running out. We got 11 laps
And there's
to go.
Nick Barris. What has happened to Barris? We lost track of him. He's in 15th, and he does not look like he's up to speed here, Adam.
No, he just looks very uncomfortable. And some guys could have forgot their auto fuel too.
Yeah, it might have been, and maybe he's a little short on fuel. But Barris down in 15th. This is we talk a lot about the championship. This is going to hurt for him. Right now, Sheffield a 31.95, Ottoviani a 31.95. So no progress there. A 3-second lead. Kennedy, he's about a tenth, well, not quite a tenth slower. Bruce a 31.96. So Bruce closing on Kennedy, but not closing on their leaders.
Yeah, he didn't look very comfortable that last lap. He scraped the wall coming out of 2.
And they got a Odine from Bryce Reiner. Not sure what that was referring to. Probably quite a while ago.
Dean. What y'all two got going on?
I don't know. I must have said something silly. Who knows? What a night for Sheffield. He's so tough, Adam. Sheffield, you can stick him in 25th. You can put him on the pole. It doesn't really matter. He ends up at the front.
Yeah, he definitely earned his way back into this one because he had a little damage too. I mean, at least I think he had a little damage at the very beginning. Remember, he had that long pit stop, and he is matching Otto's lap times, and you know, Otto cannot catch up to him.
See Rick Thompson trying to get a lap back, burning through the field here on fresher rubber. There's Spear in 6, up 12. What a night for him. And you got the Toad, man. He's up 15. He's still under heat from Fleming. This is probably our closest race to look at right here. A battle for 7th place, Adam.
Yeah, that, and you know, you see Brantley is letting Ripka go by. He's just trying to get his lap back and got a little more damage fixed.
So Fleming low, the Toad man high. Looks like Fleming might come up and take 7th place away. Toad Man doing a nice job on the high side.
He is. He's holding them in at bay for right now, but he might let them go by.
I don't think he's going to let him with 5 to go coming up. But he might get taken over. Oh, and he's up and touching the wall.
Oh.
Rim rocking up there. Holy cow, the 19 really rubbing the wall. Fleming takes over 7th.
I think he broke the glass on that one. The paint is definitely missing off the side of that car, and he's trying to make another move.
He is. He got Ripka a lap down right behind him. The Toad Man takes to the middle groove. I like that. Get some clean air on that machine. Good battle for 7th. Toad Man takes her back towards the wall. Tries to wind her up and get a run. Couldn't quite get it done. Fleming, a nice job. Shane solidifying 7th. 3 to go for our leader, Brandon Sheffield. Great night for him. Ottoviani still over 3 seconds back. Kennedy now in danger as he's got Rick Thompson and the Warden closing in here. Thompson goes by. I don't think Bruce got enough time to get to Kennedy.
Well, we never know. All it takes is one slip up, but I mean, the laps are winding down. 3 to go.
There's Jackson all alone. Spear in 6th. Fleming comfortably in 7th now, the Toad Man. And then you got Ripka riding right behind him. Like I said, he's a lap down. Brantley 9th and Tony Ratliff in 10th. 2 to go.
Yeah, Sheffield looks very, very comfortable right now on that clean air and whatnot. He's just on the final lap coming through 1 and 2, Dean. He's looking like he's taking it to the house.
He definitely is. The Chameleon, the 36, Brandon Sheffield, takes her down the back straightaway. He'll head down into 3. Through 3, into 4. The 36 will come out and he'll come in victorious here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ottoviani will come home in 2nd. Kennedy will hold on to 3rd with a hard-charging Bruce in 4th, and Jackson coming home 5th. It's the Chameleon one more time. I mean, it's hard to even talk about anymore, Adam. He does so much so good, and his ability to improve as the race goes on is like no other.
Yeah, he slipped through the field, and I'm just listening to I'm listening to the radio chat. Yeah, Darren made a pit road mistake, and 2 other people made and that's something that can happen, but can't take away from the mastermind right here. He did a phenomenal job of being a chameleon for real and sneaking up through that field.
Man, it's unbelievable. He is so good. The 36 going to be tough to beat on any night. Put himself behind the 8 ball a couple of times. Didn't matter. He ends up in victory lane. He's going to try and show you something here, Adam.
Yeah, he's walking the dog for me.
He's doing a real nice job here. Taking that Caden Hammond Foundation machine. The Edward Kane CPA machine. Just walking her down. I mean, he might not stop, Adam. He might go around the whole track.
He's got it wound up. He let go of it.
He's going to shut down. If we're going to shut down, we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll come back in just a minute. look at the Acura GT3 machine there, Adam, and we might have a little special event here on Wind Tunnel TV coming up in a couple of weeks as me and my team will take on, well, not my team, Scott Olson's team, will take on the 24 Hours of Daytona. What do you think of that, Adam?
Yeah, I'm actually anxiously waiting to see you get on the road course, which is a rare thing. So I'm excited.
Well, it's a rare thing, but I've done it before. I mean, Daytona is a little, it's fresh in my mind. I expect to have a good night, and I expect the team to do extremely well. So we'll see how that plays out. But let's stick here at RGR in the Alive Church Xfinity Series. Live fully alive, and well, Brandon Sheffield lived fully alive. Let me tell you, with a great victory here tonight, Adam.
Yeah, he sure did. He is alive, well, and having a great start to the new year.
Let's go beyond 10th place here. You go to 11th with Claus Williams, Ricky Williams, Paul Travis, Rachel Hunt, Nick Burris. Tough night for Burris. He might lose the points here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Rick Thompson and Ripka, and you can find your favorite driver a little further back. Let's go ahead and get into our race interview and bring in Michael Kennedy here. The number 17, Michael Kennedy, with a third place finish here tonight. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was a hard fought one, right? We were worried early on. You go out to the lead, you look strong, and we thought, well, he might be burning him up. There's a lot of tire savers in this league. Were you concerned?
Well, yeah, whenever I jumped out there, I figured they were saving their tire, but honestly, I don't get to see much. I don't get to see a clear windshield very much. I said, I'm going to take advantage of this and just lead a little bit. But yeah, I knew I was burning my stuff up there early on.
Well, I love the attitude. I mean, I feel the same way. Michael. Let's get out there. Let's get some clean air. Let's get some air time too. But
Yeah.
the impressive part was the fall off wasn't bad. I mean, you finished third here. You managed that machine quite well.
Yeah. I wasn't able to quite save that much tires uh, as I wish I could have because luckily those cautions timed out to right where every 30 laps we got a caution, so I was able to pit and kind of not have too much fall off right there.
Yeah, it kind of is nice not doing those 50 lap runs we become accustomed to. But what about this competition? I always like to ask about that. It's tough out here, isn't it?
Man, I have never raced with a bunch of guys that are more tough to beat than this league right here. It is just unreal how good they are is, and you think you got them figured out in practice, and they just keep on checking out from you in the race. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. It makes everything, so valuable, including pit road. How were your pit stops tonight?
They were good. I think that last pit stop under green, I slid through it just a hair, but I was able to. I was coming in hot, so I was trying to get as much as I could, but I had it in reverse before it even stopped. So, but the I was able to pass Darren Bruce under that green flag stop, and I guess he messed up his fuel mileage or didn't click his fuel mileage or something he was saying.
You definitely did something there. There's no doubt about it, but you didn't, and that's what's key here. Mistake-free racing brings you to third place. Congrats on a fantastic run, my friend. And we'll turn the mic over to you, man. Any sponsors or anybody you want to shout out?
I just thank the sponsors for the league, Alive Church, Kailu Glass, East Coast Web Printers, and RGR Nation for showing up and participating, and everybody that tuned in to watch on the stream.
All right, Adam. That's Michael Kennedy, the number 17, with a third place finish here tonight.
Yeah, I'm down here. I done caught up with the second place finisher, Michael Ottoviani. Man,
Fellas.
I thought you were going to live up to my expectations tonight. You got up front, talked a little smack last night, got you going, and man, you look like you possibly had the car to beat on the long run tonight. Tell us about your race, man.
Yeah, it was going well. I got Bryce in my ear. That's always helpful for my races. He gives me good information, and able to kind of pick out different lines, when to slow up, when to kind of start, going forward as best I can. But I thought we had some in the last run, but Sheffield with those 2 extra lap tires, man, he was able to keep pace, and I tried a couple different lines and nothing was working. So we'll take the second. Kind of disappointing, but we'll take the second for sure.
Well, let's talk about that pit stop because, man, it looked like you had the undercut going, and Dean and I were talking about that, and you had a phenomenal pit stop, but then Brandon had a 40-second in and out.
Yeah, two
What?
seconds faster.
Yeah, it was 2
Yeah,
seconds faster. I mean, what?
that's uh, when we saw him in front, I was like, what? Because I thought he spun. Like we thought he spun on the pit road, and then all of a sudden he comes out in front of us and he starts hauling the mail, and that's super defeating, honestly, because he's such a good racer. Um, and I needed it to go past that. My car loved it after 20 laps. This thing flew, and that's what I was going for, especially those long runs. I felt like my car was just starting to hit a stride when most were kind of falling off. But yeah, he's ridiculously good. He just downloads information lap after lap. I think he fell back to 19th, worked his way back all the way up to the front, so he deserves this win. He's a hell of a driver.
Yeah, man. And like I said, phenomenal finish for you tonight. I'm going to give you the floor to thank your sponsors, thank the Batman and this guy, and congratulations again on that second place finish.
I appreciate it, fellas. Yeah, I would like to thank you guys at Wind Tunnel, Adam and Dean, of course. I pulled a Dean. I slid through my pit box in the last one, so. But yeah, it was great. I really appreciate Bryce. He's been in my ear last couple races, and we've been trying to break through, get a couple more wins, but we'll take the second. Big shout out to all the admins. It was Todd's birthday a couple days ago, so happy birthday to him. And also Caillou Glass, Alive Church, and um,
East Coast.
East Coast Web. Excuse me. I'm sorry, East Coast Webs. So I'd like to thank them. Thank JB a lot. He's really a nice guy, and we love having him.
All right, that was Michael Ottoviani in second place. We turn our attention down to victory lane, where the chameleon Brandon Sheffield pulls it off again. What a victory! Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you. That was an odd one. I'm glad that's a 135 lap race because if it was 100 or 90 or 50 or whatever, I would have been nowhere close.
Yeah, well, maybe. Who knows, Brandon? I mean, we call you the chameleon for a reason, right? You get up there in this race, you had work to do. You get a caution, and it brings you up to about 8th place. What were you thinking at that point? Were you thinking, okay, this is the reset I needed?
I was thinking I had 25 seconds of damage and the spoiler knocked off it because we all got jammed up on the pace lap. So I ran that whole first run with 20, 25 seconds of damage all on the left rear corner, and thought I was doing really good for the first 15 or 18 laps, and then the back end just started skating on that first run. I thought, oh boy, here we go. So was really glad to get the caution, was really glad to be able to fix the damage and figure out that it was the car, not me, that was the problem. And from there, just had work to do. Went to the back and had to drive back up through there.
Well, let's talk about it because we kind of missed. There was a point here where, if I'm not mistaken, you started somewhere in the 20s or something late in the
like
race,
19th or 20th.
and we looked up and you were in like 5th place or something. I thought, well, how the heck did he get up here? I mean, tell us a little bit about driving through the field there.
Well, there's a big stack up on the restart, so I definitely benefited from that. I got 3 or 4 or 5 right there, and then just got to go. I mean, you got to get that truck position back. So you don't look at the relative, you look at the standings, the F2 black box, and see what you're doing in relation to the leader, and just make sure you're still making time on them, or at least matching the leader. And if somebody's in your way, go pass them.
Well, let's talk about making up time, because the turning point, if you will, was pit road here tonight, Brandon. I'm sure you're a great pit road guy, but we weren't expecting this. Bruce, known for his pit road, he comes off on our timer as a 46 seconds. Ottoviani, we thought, oh, he did great. He had 42 seconds. He gained 4 seconds. Then we look at, wait a minute, Sheffield's out front. He did it in 40. What a pit stop there at the end.
Yeah, so was pacing Darren really well through the center part of that run and was feeling really good. I thought, well, maybe he'll burn his stuff up a little bit because he'd been fading a little bit, or at least it looked like he was fading because Otto was so good at the end of the runs early. And so I thought, well, if I could just stay here right on it, maybe he'll, fall off on the end of this run. And then he drove away towards the end of that run. Otto got past me. And then when Otto pit, and this is not on him, but this is just, you guys know how race car drivers are. Like, everybody's a problem when they're in front of you. And he wasn't quite on the white line when he called his pit road, and he got down and got off the track fine. But like, in my mind, he was in the middle of the racetrack and in my way. And from there, I just kind of saw red, and I thought, I'm just going to go get it. So then I set a new personal record getting onto pit road, and I had to go back and look at it. I was 55 at the cone. Speed limit's 45 with all 4 tires locked up. And I got it down to 40 and probably should have got a black flag, somehow didn't, and then got every bit of it on exit. Came out and couldn't believe I was in front of Otto. And then from there, just kind of waited for him to come get me. I mean, he's, I think, by far the best car on a long run. And I don't know, clean air, I think, made a huge difference. And from there, just got my line and got going. Paced him for a few laps and said, forget it, I'm going to go run away.
I love it, Brandon. I mean, seeing red, whether there was something real or not, I mean, as a race car driver, we almost look for excuses, don't we, to get a little bit of red going. Yeah, put something on the old chalkboard or whatever you want to call it. But it motivated you, man. And, you won in so many different ways. I love to see this on pit road, coming in after someone and still beating them off pit road from behind them. Impressive, Brandon. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with Jorge Leal before, and it's the internet. It doesn't matter. So, like, race like you got nothing to lose, because you really don't. Like, if I get busted for speeding and I finish 14th, so be it. Like, I still got to get up and go to work tomorrow. So there's just no reason not to race, pretty carefree and run at 105% and see what happens.
Yeah, man, you did just that, Brandon. Like I said, so many different ways we find you in victory lane, and I think others should learn from not only your driving, but these interviews as well, and the way your mentality is. So impressed by you. The Chameleon, another victory here tonight. Congrats, brother. We'll turn it over to you.
Thank you for the nickname, by the way. First time I've gotten to talk to you guys since that came out. I was wondering, I wanted one to happen naturally, but I was kind of wondering what you guys were going to come up with and when it was going to happen. So that's cool. I'll definitely take that one. Got to thank you guys for an awesome broadcast as always. Really appreciate what you do for this league, putting us on the air 3 times a week. It's awesome to be able to go back and watch these back, and I think it keeps everybody super interested in the league, from driving and the people who are able to watch, and it just keeps us all a little bit more tight knit having you guys on board. League sponsors, Alive Church for doing Sundays. Been here for a long time, doing a great job. East Coast Web Printers on Thursdays, Clyde Glass for Tuesdays. All of them doing an awesome job to keep us on the air. League admins doing an awesome job. This winter series has been so much fun. I can't believe we're only 5 or 6 weeks out from starting the quote unquote real season. But I'm excited to close out this winter season. I think these admins are doing an awesome job. Excited for that ARCA series on Thursdays. I think that switch will be good for us. The GDR boys, I'm heartbroken for Nick. I wish he would have had a little bit better run and kept himself up there in the points. Got caught speeding. That's just the way it goes. And looks like maybe he lost the points lead tonight, which is too bad. But he's still going to be able to fight hard. He'll have some good tracks coming up for him. Jason had a good run. Ed had a little bit of tough luck tonight. And we missed Eric. Hope he is able to come back soon. On the car, Caden Heyman Foundation, CadenHeymanFoundation.org if you'd like to learn more. And Ed Kane CPA also on the car. Give Ed a call for any tax or accounting news you might have. Also want to give a shout out to Spirit Motorsports. I mean, it's fun to go out and race guys who race you clean and race you really hard and make you race at your best. Otto and Darren. I wish Darren would have not had the issue he had on the last pit stop, and we could have all 3 raced for it. And shout out to Michael Kennedy for a great run tonight as well.
All right, Adam, a lot of shout-outs there from Brandon Sheffield as he sits in victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, there was, and he just gave it to you folks on how he just rocked it on the pit road. I am shocked. I saw the smoke coming off his car, and I am surprised he didn't get the speeding penalty. But
he said he got some smoke coming out of his ears too.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, that's a heck of a pit road entry.
Yeah, great stuff, man, and it just shows you again, you want to be a top-notch racer, and as I talk about my racing a lot here, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, who knows, but I can tell you, like, I lose a lot of that as I age, but when I hear other people talk about it, it brings back those memories at them, and seeing red, I mean, if you're a race car driver, that was Earnhardt to a T. He'd make something up about you and then go bump you.
Oh yeah, and that's a heck of a way to race. But he just found a way to get it done, and he got it done tonight in a big way.
He did, and I hope we did. I hope you all enjoyed it here, the Alive Church Xfinity Series, of course, every Sunday night. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Adam the Bulldog Newton, and his pup, of course, on their birthday, that's going to wrap it up, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.